Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to our new video. Today let us discuss learning. We all living in this world learn every day, but there are two important types of learning. The first one is learning from knowledge, and the other one is learning through insight, through observation. Now let us dive deep and see what's the difference and what's the benefit of one and another. Thank you. Welcome back. So, as you know, living in this world, we are constantly collecting knowledge, learning, and experiencing. Now, as we are living today in this world, we are actively, through the time, collecting knowledge, collecting information, storing that information in our brain and using it when we need. Through our education that is not good, we are only learning by remembering. So you get the information and you have to store it, remember it, and then you are later asked to repeat the same information. So there is one important part missing from our knowledge, and that is insight, that is the experience. But there's a distinct difference between experience and insight. We'll come back to that later. For now, let's just see that every knowledge that we learn is limited. How? Well, if you want to learn something by remembering, your knowledge will always be limited because it is gathered through the time. It can never be complete. You may learn something about it, but it is not that. Let's say, for example, you see a beautiful tree and you observe it. Light reflecting through the leaves, the beauty of the amazing tree, and as soon as you say, oh, it's an oak tree, what have you done? You have categorized it, you have diminished it, you have put it in a category, you have compared it. So, even though you know everything about oaks, you do not know this tree. This tree is a story for itself. It's completely different. It's unique. And though the knowledge is very useful in our everyday life, we have to have a knowledge to function in this world. It is not useful as a psychological knowledge. How and why? Because we are gathering through a time, it is always limited. And with this limited knowledge, we are trying to solve the new, completely different situations. So we are not using our intelligence, rather we are using knowledge and thought to solve a problem. Now, what is the another way of learning? What is the way to learn where you can use your whole intelligence, where you can instantly react and see what is happening and know? So we have a tool that is our thought, our mind and our thought. They are connected because mind or the brain stores the information, and then thoughts arises and trying to solve a problem with the limited knowledge. Instead, why don't we use much more powerful tool that we have? And that is observation. Now let's see the difference. The knowledge, as we said, is limited, but observation gives insight into what is really completely happening at the moment that you are solving something or one problem, let's say. So, what is this insight? This insight is when you observe completely, without thinking, with all your attention and all your presence, completely now. You see what is happening right there, right now, completely. And there is that moment, and I know you have felt it everyone, and that is that aha, when you suddenly receive an insight, complete. And as you recall, that insight never happens if you are constantly thinking and you are trying to solve this problem. Insight only happens when you stop thinking. So, this way of learning is complete, and it is always new, it is always fresh. When you observe something for the first time or for the 100th time, it doesn't matter, because you are looking at it completely now. And we are living in this world where everything changes constantly. There is nothing same today as it was yesterday. You are not the same. Your thoughts are not the same. Your body is not the same. Your atoms are not the same. Everything's completely changing, never static. And if you are using robotic brain with the knowledge, you are trying to solve something with a limited perception and knowledge. Rather, when you have an insight, you are learning now, and you are learning from observation which is happening now. That is requesting that your brain is present, alive, and completely active at the moment to observe everything and to have an insight what is really happening there. Try it for yourself. Next time, when you, for example, have a problem with your bad feelings, you are instantly trying to solve this problem with your knowledge. You are thinking the way, what can you do to stop the problem and to go away, and that you are feeling better. Instead of that, try to observe yourself completely without wanting to change anything, without arising a thought. See the problem completely, have an insight in it by giving your whole attention. So when you give your whole attention, your whole energy is activated. Your brain is free to observe what is happening completely right now. You are free to observe. And when you are observing, you are getting this aha moment. You are getting this complete observation of what is happening, and then you have solution to your problem. The solution doesn't have to be that what you think it should be. The solution may be that what you need to do when is needed to do. So by gathering knowledge, you are constantly comparing, and you are choosing what you like and what you don't like. You are creating duality, and from this duality is born a wish. And when wishing, you don't want to do something that you don't like. You just want to do what you like. And you being an entire world, and an entire world is you, then you are creating, not just to say bad, but you are creating lesser world. When you are using your observation, you just do not go by your wishes all the time. You do what is necessary when is necessary. I have a video already talking about what is happening when you are awakened, and you can watch it here. I will link it. So instead of creating this limited perception, rather you have a complete insight in that what is really happening. And with this real insight, you are free to do what is really needed in your life. That may not be just for you to feel better. Perhaps it will be for the better for all the people that live around you. And when they are better and they are happier, maybe you will be too. So, as always, try it for yourself. Start watching, start observing from yourself, your world around you. Ask yourself, what is my relationship with the world? And observe the people you live with you. Try to watch them, maybe your wife or your man, like you see them for the first time, without a thought, without an image about that person, because the image is collected knowledge. Watch him as you first see in your whole life. It is possible. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Everyone can do it. You can do it too. So start by watching, observing, and see the results in your life. See the change that this observation will bring. Thank you one more for watching, and until next time, please try this. Infinite love.